Hello everyone and welcome back to the day 8 of DSA with DAX. Okay. So today we're gonna solve question number 1480 of Leetcode running a sum of 1D array. Okay. So as usual, first I'll explain what this question is trying to say. Then we move to the its code part. After that we write a optimized code version of it. Then two more questions. Okay. So first start with given an array of nums. Okay, we have given a nums array. We define a running sum of an array is running sum I1. Okay, so we have to define a running sum I1 is equal to sum of nums 0 to nums I. So it's basically trying to say that if you are on third index, the third index value is sum of one index, zero index, one index, and second index and third index value from nums array. Okay, and we have to store this in like a new array called answer or running sum. We just have to return its value. We don't matter what should we take a name of it. Okay, and return the running sum of nums. Okay, here are one array is given in example one. You can clearly see that like array of nums, the value of it 1 2 3 and 4. Okay, so for zeroth index 1 plus 0 is 1, so 1. After that, for first index, we have to sum of zero index and first index, so it's become a 3. For second index, it's sum of 1, 0, 1, and 2 index is basically 6. And for last index is sum of all the index, it's become 10. So output is should be 1, 3, 6, 10, and this is called our answer array. We have to print that array. Okay. So here in question you can clearly see what we have to do. Sum of from 0 to nums of I. Okay. And if you don't clear their logic, you can read example 2 and its explanation. You got clear what question is basically trying to say. So we just taking one array called answer, then use one for loop, print like take one variable for max, like storing every sum of like indexes in that and push in our new answer array, then return this array. Okay, this is our first approach, like simple and easy to understand approach. And here you can condition see that the length of nums dot length is greater or equal to 1 and less than 1000 or equal to 1000, and starting from minus 10 to the power 6 to greater or equal to nums I or less than or equal to 10 to the power 6 plus 10 to the power 6. So I hope you got clear what actually question is trying to say. Now we move to the code part of it. Okay, let's start with the code part of this question. Okay, let me set my screen left of this screen. Okay, so first I let's discuss. We have to declare an array, new array of answer. Okay, this empty is like this array is empty. Then we have to use one variable called sum to store our like some of the indexes, starting with from take with 0, then one for loop, let I equal to 0 to I is less than nums dot length, then again I plus plus iterating every index. Okay, like here one more thing I'll tell you, like sum plus and equal to nums of I. Okay, so what this actually do, this plus and equal to, it's basically used for adding old sums value plus nums of I current value and return a new sums, like merging it into like you can write older like this, sum is equal to sum plus nums of I. Before you write like that kind of like sums old value plus nums of I value, sum that and storing again a sum. But for like faster ways we use like this plus and equal to, because we know that we have to take old sum value and add nums plus I into that and again store in sum. So we use this. Okay, you have to clear this kind of little things. It is very helpful. Okay, so we move to the further. So answer dot push, again we have to adding at the last of the array, so we use answer dot push. This is already we learned. So okay, now we have one for loop. Okay, here I use one more on. Okay, now correct it. So answer, return answer. Okay, so you can see that this is our code. We take an answer array, then one variable called sum, which starting from zero value. Then one for loop starting iterating from zeroth index to less than nums dot length, like end of the array, and each and every time we use I plus plus for moving to the next. Then every I, like a nums of I value stores in our sum. For if you have a two index, the current we take with first example. If you are at two index, the value of sum is 3, and our second index value is like it's also 3, so it will store 6 in sum and push to the our answer array 6, and it will like 1 3 and the second index is 6. Okay, so I hope you got clear how this works. Okay, and you know how return answer is work. We are working on it from many days, so our answer is accepted. Like basic test cases are like working. Now we check entire Leetcode test cases. So this is also accepted. Our runtime is 0 ms. The answer is good. Okay, this is the first approach, simple approach. We use it in every time. Like whatever you have cleared, this is simple approach. Now I am writing up an optimized version of this code, so that version help you understand more concept and more topics, because DSA is not little much. It's way more than you think. It has many types. It has different data types, many inbuilt function, and like bigger than you're thinking. But if you learn things from proper way, like you learn array, you learn a basic array inbuilt function like a pause, poop, uh, like push, pop for adding and removing element from array. Then these methods of comparison, how you can compare. After that we learn uh, the operators like end operator or operator, so you can clear one by one thing, so you can learn in better way. Okay, you don't have to try learn everything at same time. Okay, so now we move to the, okay, so we move our second code, like the second optimized version of this. I'll remove this all things. So firstly, you have to understand what about maintain. We have take sum. So we want one variable to store our sum. So I'll take some variable. Okay. Then we using directly store everything, like store. We don't store, directly return everything in return. Okay. Return. So you have know how map works. Nums.map. Okay. I'll using nums.map for iterating every index of map. Then num. Okay, num equal to, this is arrow function, arrow sum. Okay, again this plus and equal to num. Okay, so here you can see that nums of map used to map every element of this nums, and then every num, like a value of every num, will replace with sum plus and equal to num. Okay, okay, so you got clear. Like as usual, this is sum plus equal to nums. Okay, now we run this approach. Okay, like wait, the test cases are running. Okay, this answer is accepted, or all three test cases are accepted. Now the all the code test cases are checking. Okay, wait, I'll take screen to right side. Okay, our all are accepted. 54 test cases are passed, all of 54. So you can see that we beat around 51% people. It's basically depends upon time. How much time do you take to solve this question? Okay, so I hope we got clear about this topic, array. So like we tomorrow we're gonna solve the question number 1672. It's basically like a richest of wealth. 1672, richest customer wealth. Okay, so this question is a little bit advanced. Okay, you have to read it carefully, try to understand its core logic, and then you have to take two three approaches and try it, because I know this question takes time. Okay, to understand you, but you can do it. If you learn this 8 days video carefully, you understand its basics and how the code is gonna write, and you try it by yourself. You can do this question. Okay, you are given an m into n integer grid. Okay, you have to given a grid m into n accounts. Okay, you have accounts of details where account I, account j, okay, is the amount of money I customer has in the jth bank. Okay, it's a 2D array because a person has multiple accounts in multiple banks. Okay, so you have to take like a person I has account in a bank j and return the wealth that the richest customer has. Okay, a customer's wealth is the amount of the money they have in all their bank accounts. The richest customer is the customer that have the maximum wealth. You have to take its entire banks and entire bank's budgets, and some of them should be their wealth. Okay, and you have to return its maximum, like maximum wealth person. So I hope you got clear. Then here are example are given. You can read it and just read one condition, because in this question you have to read it carefully, like length value and what you are gonna take for length and further so on. Okay, I hope you got clear, and you have to try this question. And if you learn properly, you gonna clear this question, and you feel that you learning DSA and you are improving yourself. Okay, I hope you got clear today's everything value. If you have any doubt, ask me in comments. Let me meet in tomorrow video. Thanks for watching this.